Grades, we are busy with lesson number 40 today. Dis nou jou 40ste les. Dit beteken mense ons het omtrent al 10 weke saamgewerk. We've been working together for about 10 weeks. It's more than a term. We are busy with geometry, which would be paper 2 at the end exam. The geometry part is usually paper 2 and the algebra is part 1. Gewoonlik in die einde van die jaar, so by November, gaan jy 2 vraestelle skryf en die meetkunde gaan vraestel 2 wees en dan die ander algebra, die berekeninge, vergelykings is vraestel 1. Net het jy bietjie kan begin dink, meetkunde is eintlik tweede vraestel. Mens kan dit ook in een vraestel. You can do all of this in one paper, but end of the year it's usually 2 papers. Geometry separate, algebra separate, algebra apart, meetkunde apart. So die vraag hierso was, en elke keer dieselfde storie. I keep telling you what's the process of geometry. You have to have a sketch. Jy moet die skets hê. Dan onder dit skryf jy wat moet jy gaan bewys. What is to prove? I never wrote TP here, maar dit is te bewys. En dan gaan jy altyd sê wat is jou bewering, wat is jou rede? What is your statement that you're making and what's the reason for the statement that you're making? Altyd. As jy op 'n stadium nie meer daai goed daar bo skryf nie, maak nie saak nie, jy gaan altyd een of ander bewering gee en 'n rede vir wat jy gesê het. Nou vra die vraag vir my moet x gaan bereken. The question is to find x. Now your sketch did not have a 1, 2, 1, 2 there. So met ander woorde, jy kan self dan die 1 en die 2 gaan insit. But say you made this 1 and this 2, then you've got to know that if I say S1, it's your S2. So, which is nice in an exam if we show on the sketch 1, 2, 1, 2, so everybody has it the same. Dan ook nou onthou dat die storie van PQR, it says the angle PQR, please don't write it that way, this is the correct mathematical way. So PQR and PSQ. So first of all, to find x, om vir x te kan kry, kan ek met die klein driehoekie gaan werk. How many triangles are on this sketch? Hoeveel driehoeke is hier binne in die skets? 3. It's that small one, and the total big one. Sien jy die 3 verskillende driehoeke, kleintjie, en dan die grootte? And in any one of them you can start. So, you cannot poke the big one to find x because x isn't in the big one. If you found x, you can find the big total angle over there. So, met ander woorde, mense, dis die praktiese sy van meetkunde. Geometry is very practical. You have to look carefully what's been given and what's been asked. So, om vir x te kry, kan ek met hierdie onderste driehoekie gaan werk. Wat weet jy van hierdie driehoekie? Dat die binnehoeke saam 180 grade is. In the bottom triangle, I have these 2 angles, so I can find the third one, because I know that the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180. Mag jy dan nou net vir my sê, maar juffrou, dan weet ek, x is gelyk aan, and say, I've already got 90 and 60, 90 en 60 is 150, so ek short 30. That's it. You can show me where you added it and got 150. You can show me where you said 180 minus 150 equals 30 degrees. But the main thing I'm looking for is that the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180. Die som van die binnehoeke van 'n driehoek is 180 grade. And we can ask you, complete the following. Sum of the angles of a triangle is 180. Voltooi vir my die bewering dat die binnehoeke van 'n driehoek is saam en jy sê 180 grade. Want dit sal 2 punte werd gewees het to find x. So for question 2, so that was 1.1. 1.2, to find angle PQR. So hoe lees ons dit? PQR, van P na Q na R. Van P na Q na R. Beteken I'm busy with that one. From P to Q to R. PQR. I could have said RQP, no problem. But the one in the middle, that's where the angle is formed. Die een wat in die middel is, dis waar die hoekie gevorm word. So dis ander woorde, jy kon net gesê hoekie. You could have just called it Q. You could have just called it Q. Nou, hoe sal ek dan vir hoek Q gaan bereken? Nou is daar 'n paar maniere. You're going to hear me say this a million times. Alternatively, alternatief. Daar's 'n paar maniere om dit te doen. Nou dat ek weet hierdie is 30. If I know that, then I also know that the whole angle is 55. That was not the only way. Maar kan jy my metode volg dan? Can you see my whole method? That means that that whole angle is 55. Looking at the big triangle, ignoring this for a minute, kan ek dus dan nou sê, As hierdie 55 en 90 is, gaan daai ook nog binnehoeke van 'n driehoek 180 grade wees. So wat plus 55 plus 90 gee my 180 grade. So I can find angle Q by saying the sum of the angles of a triangle. So that's where it comes in, that it's a nice idea for you to write, not sum of the angles of a triangle, but of triangle what? The first one was triangle PSR. Moet it all stand? Does it have to stand there? No, it doesn't. But it's a good technique for further on in your geometry career. So as ek dit al gesê het, maar as ek nou wil werk met die som van die binnehoeke van 'n driehoek, die grootte PQR is 180. That's why I will be able to say that this whole angle here, P1 plus P2, angle must equal to 55. That's not really the reason then there. I'm too fast for that. So these two add up to 55. So what am I short? With 90 and 55, I got 145, so I'm short 35 for the big triangle to say then that Q is 35 because of the som van die binnehoeke van 'n driehoek, PQR wat 180 is. Again, if you don't want to write that, it would be fine here, but now you're showing me I'm working with this one, some of the angles. Then the big one, if this is 55, then that is 35. Am I going to give you a mark for the 55? Maybe, maybe not. If you got the 35, you should get your full marks. What was an alternative way? Because they did ask me for PSQ. PSQ. Kon ek eers vir PSQ gaan kry nie? Couldn't I have gotten this one right from the start? Before X, before Q, I could have gotten that one, but S2 is gelyk aan 120 grade. So couldn't I have started and said, S2 is 120 grade, and what would be my reason? Want dit is 'n reguit lyn, straight line, reguit lyn. Maar as ek by hom begin het en gesê dis 120, kon ek nie ook gesê het maar daai een is binnehoeke van daai driehoek nie. Couldn't I have used some of the angles of a triangle QPS, PQS, SQP, doesn't matter which order you want to write it. Couldn't I have used that? 25, 35 gives me 60, so I'm short 120 for the sum of the angles of a triangle. And watter route jy ook al gevolg het, jou antwoorde gaan dieselfde wees. Jy kan nie 'n ander antwoord as 120 kry met 'n ander tegniek nie. If you use another technique, you still got to get to 120. That's not going to change. It might differ from the technique that you used, but all the techniques will lead you to the same answer. Goed, so met ander woorde, I could have not done it this way and started off first step, straight line, 120. Then I could have used some of the angles of a triangle to get Q second. And then lastly, I could have gotten X by just using this triangle here. Kan jy sien mense hoekom juffrou wil sê daar's altyd 'n alternatief. So for this one also. So the complete question could have counted 6 or maybe even 8 if they wanted to ask you some more questions in between. Nou onthou nou, daai 1 en 2 was nie daar gewees nie. So your S2 you might have named S1 and this one 2. It doesn't matter. Jy kon dit gedoen het. Die ander vraagie by vraag 2 van oefening 12.6, this is exercise 12.6, number 1 and 2. Die volgende vraag, het hulle vir my gesê, hierdie ding is 'n reghoek. They told me it was a rectangle. One thing you must remember, you can't assume. Jy kan nie net aanneem, dit lyk soos 'n reghoek, so dit is 'n reghoek nie. If they don't say it is a rectangle, you can't just assume it. But they did say it was a rectangle. So wat weet jy? Onmiddellik weet jy dat daai hele hoekie is 90, 90 en 90 en 90. But if I know the whole thing is 90 and this was 31, then what would this angle be? Dan moet dit mos nou saam 90 wees. So what am I short? 59, for instance. But now I haven't even checked the rest of the sum. So I could find now that angle with the sum of the angles of a triangle. I can also find this one because now, guys, you know that these are alternate angles. Verwisselende hoeke. Oeh, dis bietjie moeilik. Can you see the alternate angles? Sien jy daarso sit die Z? Do you see that Z or N? Seeing that those two are alternate angles. Sien jy daai B na C na A toe? Do you see it? That it's alternate angles? So if this is 31, sorry, then this would be 31 because of alternate angles. Who said that the lines are parallel? The rectangle opposite sides are parallel. You should know that. And that's why I can go for that. But the question that they asked me was, what is A, C, D? So all you needed to do is you didn't even have to go for the alternate angles. You just needed to say, well, sum of the angles of a triangle. Because this is 31, then this would be 59, because the sum of the angles of a triangle. But if you did what I did, and first got the 59, then you could have said, but they are also alternate angles. Sien jy, ek vat baie tyd elke keer om vir jou te wys al die alternatiewe en dan gaan ek nog steeds ietsie nie gedoen het nie wat jy dalk kon gedoen het. Can I sometimes show you alternative, and you did something even else than what I've been showing you? Obviously, yes. Please get into your mind that there are always an alternative way that I might not even have mentioned. So as jy dit gedoen het, dan kon jy gesê, maar hulle is weer verwisselende hoeke. They are alternate angles with those lines that are parallel. But if I did what I've just done, saying that A, C, D, which I could have called C1, would be 59 because of the sum of the angles of a triangle. En dan sal ek net miskien gesê dit is die som van die hoeke van 'n driehoek en dis driehoek ACD, triangle ACD, ADC, DCA, whatever you feel like, is 180 grade, dan sal ek mos nou klaar daarmee. Dan, but EBC, how will I get EBC, which means B1? If you want B1, how can you get that now? How will I find the B1? If I didn't do what I've already done, because now that I have, I can say that this is 31, and then I can just do some of the angles of a triangle. I've done way too much, and some kids do that, and then you'll find that it takes you 10 minutes where it should have taken you 2 minutes. As jy te veel ook doen, gaan jy 10 minute vat vir 'n vraag wat 2 minute moes vat, en dan gaan jy nooit klaar met jou vrae stel nie. Dis 'n baie belangrike probleem. So, if I didn't do all of that, en ek het nie met daai gewerk nie, en daai gewerk nie, all I've done is some of the angles of a triangle. Some of the angles of a triangle. How would I then get to B1? Dan moet jy eers vir C2 gaan uitwerk het. How would I get C2? Now C2, that's 90. So just add it. Can I now, just for the sake of being able to work with parallel lines, kan ek dit maar doen met verwisselende hoeke. So C2 would be the same as A, let's call it A1, which would be 31. I want to use that alternative and say that they are equal to each other because alternate angles are equal. Verwisselende hoeke is gelyk. But then which two parallel lines must that be? Hoekom is daai twee hoeke gelyk? Is dit hier ewewydige lyne? No. It's because of those two parallel lines BC and AD. BC en AD. Hulle maak die Z op wat vir my wys daai is gelyk aan mekaar. God, you see the alternate angles there. Did I have to do that? No, but I wanted to show you. You can. Now also, why is this 90? Because if this is 90, that has to be 90 because it's a straight line. Right? So as ek wil sê daai E, kan ek maar sê E1. E1 would be 90 because it's a straight line. As jy E1 wil kry, dan sê jy dis 'n reguit lyn met jy het mos daai gekry. So B1 would be equal to sum of the angles of a triangle. I'm short 59. Again. 59. Yes, I'm short 59. Again. Right? Gaan wees gelyk aan 59 because of the sum of the angles of a triangle. Wat ek driehoek is hy nou mee besig? As ek vir hom gekry het met binnehoeke van 'n driehoek, B, E, C, or BCE, or CBE, or whatever you feel like, it's still 180. Are you getting the idea that I want to take a half an hour to do a sum? No, that's not the idea. You can do it on a different way. Could I have done lots of other things? Yes. I could have worked at this one, alternate, in. Kan ek elke liewe hoek op hierdie skets gekry? Could I have gotten every angle on this one? This would be 31 because they have to add up to 90. This must be 59, add up to 90. I've got both of them. I have this one. I can get all the angles, but make sure that you are getting the ones that I asked for. As jy met my mense, alternative, alternatief. Dit is nooit net een tegniek nie. Onthou, het gaan 'n punt wees dat jy by die antwoorde uitgekom het, but it's definitely a mark for using your reasons. So that's the reason why some people only get half the marks because they don't write reasons down. As jy net vir my sê wat die antwoorde is, gaan jy 4 uit 8 kry. You'll get 4 out of 8 because you never write a reason. Maak seker vir alles wat jy skryf, jy het vir my 'n rede. Die laaste huiswerksommetjie was nommer 1 van oefening 12.7 gewees. Wat gaan oor driehoeke? Is hier ewewydige lyne? Are there any parallel lines here? Maybe. Nee, dit was nie gegee nie. Even if it looks like it is, it's not given. Unless you can determine, yes, maybe even if I had something like 60 and 60 there. Aha, but they are alternative, they are equal. So yes, they have to be parallel. So if the angles are equal, then the lines will be parallel. As die hoeke gelyk was, kan ek ook gesê die lyn is ewewydig. Maar wat is die idee wat jy vir wil hê jy moet kry? Jy kan niks net aanneem nie, daar moet redes wees vir wat jy gee. So if I gave you that angles were equal to each other, then you could say, okay, well then those lines are parallel, because if the alternate angles are equal, then they have to be parallel. Daar is verwisselende hoeke wat gelyk is aan mekaar, en daarom is die lyne ewewydig aan mekaar. So you can do it both ways. If I have the parallel lines, get the angles. If I have the angles, you can get the parallel lines. As ek in hierdie geval vir die hoeke gegee het, kan jy sê die lyne is ewewydig. As die lyne ewewydig is, kan jy sê dat die hoeke is gelyk aan mekaar. Ons is besig om te oefen. Still, practice makes perfect. Goed, so ons kan nie aanvaar die lyne is ewewydig nie, al lyk hulle miskien vir jou ewewydig aan mekaar. They're not parallel. Question 1 says, find DEC. DEC is this one here. If you want to call it E1, you can, but make sure whatever way you write it, there has to be a copy key. Dan moet 'n copy op wees. As jy nie wil E1 gebruik het nie, is fine. Dan gaan jy vir my nou sê, met ander woorde, E1 kan ek gaan kry met wat? Why do I know that this is 70? Because it's a straight line. Dis 'n reguit lyn, a straight line. That's the reason. 2 marks. Next one, I have to prove 1.2. How can I find x? So how will you find x? Sum of the angles of a triangle. Or if you want, ignore the fact that you know that this is 70. Exterior angle equals the sum of the opposite interior ones. So if I have 35, how much do I short to get to 110? It's 75. I need to add 75 to get to 110. Dan het ek buitehoek gelyk aan die oorstaande binnehoek is 'n som gekry. Exterior is equal to the sum of the opposite interior. So you have options, but your answer is going to be 65, come what may. Hoe jy daar uitgekom het, is jy kon gesê buitehoek van driehoek, CDE, is gelyk aan die som van die oorstaande binnehoeke. Buitehoek is gelyk aan die som van die oorstaande binnehoeke. Exterior angle of triangle CDE. Exterior angle is equal to the sum of the opposite interior ones. Or I could have just used interior angles of a triangle. DEC is 180. Binnehoeke van 'n driehoek is 180 grade. Alternative. Wie's reg? Both are right. So ACB, this one. That must be angle C1, let's call it C1. How will I get it? Now that I know that x was 65, what's happening? Wat gaan hier aan? Dis regoorstaande hoeke. So if I want to find that, C1, it would be the same as x, if you want to write it that way, or if you wanted to write C2, alternative way of writing, C2, which was x, which was 65, dis heeltemal te veel, but can you see that they're equal to each other because they are watse hoeke? Vertically opposite angles that are equal. Dis regoorstaande hoeke wat gelyk is aan mekaar. As twee lyne mekaar sny, is die regoorstaande hoeke gelyk. The last one, BAC. Now that I know that this is 65, how would I find BAC? In other words, just angle A. Hoe sal ek daai hoekie A kan kry? Binnehoeke van 'n driehoek. Ek het klaar 128, so ek short 52 if I'm right. Please use a calculator, because if you do it like I do it, then I might make a mistake if I say 180 minus 63 and minus 65 gives me 52. Mark seker if 42 skryf and you write 62 because you're adding it wrong in your head. Hoekom is dit so? What did I use to get to that fact? The fact that it all has to add up to 180. So dis weer die binnehoeke van 'n driehoek A, B, C wat 180 is. Skryf ek altyd binnehoeke? Nee, do I always write interior angles of a triangle? No, you can just write angles. Sum of the angles of a triangle. Or just interior angles of a triangle. Are you getting the idea that it's not like a parrot, precisely? If you write the sum of the interior angles of a triangle equals 180, it's perfect. And the angles of a triangle add up to 180, it's perfect. Interior angles of a triangle, just that. It's also right. Goed, maar in ander woorde, daar is alternatiewe maniere. Did I find every single angle on the sketch? Yes, basically that's all they asked me. Want ek moes al daai antwoorde gaan kry. Could I find this angle? Yes, because it's a straight line. Or exterior angle equals opposite interior ones. Met 'n reguit lyn kan ek hier gekry het en ek kan daai buitehoeke van 'n driehoek gaan gebruik het of ek kan daai buitehoeke van 'n driehoek gebruik het en albei sal werk. What I'm saying is most of the time you can get every single angle on a sketch, but you only get the ones I asked you. Reg. En dan is jou huiswerk vir volgende keer, guys, we are having to push to get you to practice. Dit is oefening 12.7, it's the same exercise as that one. You have to do number 2 and 3 for me, nummer 2 en 3. En dan aan die einde, na daai oefeningkie, is daar een wat sê die hersieningstoets van tema 12. After that exercise, it's a revision test on theme 12. It's not a test, it says revision test in the textbook. Of that exercise that says revision test, you must do number 3 and 4 for homework. Reg, van daai hersieningstoets in jou handboek, doen jy van daai oefening nommer 3 en 4 vir huiswerk.